In this installment, we'll be going over the 6-game slate on DraftKings and Fanduel. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Sunday slate showdown on DraftKings and FanDuel. If you guys can't really hear me, put on a closed caption. I have to keep the volume low for this particular video, but we'll be back to the same energy very, very soon. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. If you are currently a viewer and not currently a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now and don't miss out. We're at 782. The goal is 1K. 1K will be the cash giveaway, and you guys are missing out. I told you guys to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. If you did, you would have saw that I posted this top play Duke money line. It obviously came through. Let's just go through the post. I'm gonna play it for you. And yes, Duke came through 78 to 69. All right. I usually post plays almost every day just to give you some extra content. So let's get into this NBA slate. Starting off with the point guard position, I'm be also posting plays for Sunday as well. I just got to finish going over some things that I do like. But wait for that news. And then for right now, we're going to hop into this. Starting off at the point guard position, the first guy we're going to look at, little on the high end, will be Jordan Poole. With Steph Curry out, he's been stepping up as the point guard of this offense. Klay Thompson plays his usual role. Andrew Wiggins is kind of like the third fiddle in this, but Jordan Poole has been the leader. As you can see, he's taking the responsibility of scoring the ball. He's taking 13 threes in 4 out of the last 5 games. Okay, we have to take full advantage of this. He is still not even $8,000 in salary, and his shot attempts from the three-point line are absurd. His total field goals attempts are above 20, and the fact that he's chipping in 4 to 5 to 6 to even 10 assists a game is something that we really have to focus in on while his price is still too cheap. So I love Jordan Poole at 7,700. Next, at the shooting guard position, because we're going to keep this quick and simple. All right. It's the weekend. You guys want the plays. Let's move on. I can't really talk that loud, but that's okay. I'm going to still give you and bring you the content. At shooting guard, Terry Rozier going up against the Brooklyn Nets. This is a perfect game environment for Terry Rozier. A lot of up and down with the Brooklyn Nets and Hornets, the way that they do play basketball. I can see Kyrie and Katie get into a little back and forth. And then on the other side of the ball, Terry Rozier is going to be their best shooter. They might have a little problems with Miles Bridges down low as well, but Terry Rozier is going to be the main scorer for the Charlotte Hornets, with LaMelo Ball being the facilitator. Terry Rozier has stepped up against Utah, 36 fantasy points in that game, 9 of 20 shooting. So we're looking at the shot attempts, and for them to keep the game close, they're going to need his scoring output, especially from that three-point line, 5 of 8, 3 of 9, and 3 of 8, 4 of 7, and those 4 of the last 5 games. So we're projecting 20 plus points for him in this game environment, and hopefully he can chip in on the assist and rebound department. And then Terry Rozier can definitely pay off his salary at what should be a very high scoring game against the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, so love Terry Rozier at the shooting guard position. Next, small forward. And a lot of these second year guys are starting to finish the season a little bit strong. And that will be Denny Advija. He was a top pick last year in last year's draft, and he's coming along. There's another guy on the Detroit Pistons, Killian Hayes, has stepped up, even despite the fact Cade Cunningham is their number one guy. Killian Hayes has stepped up. Now, Denny Advija from last year's draft, he's stepping up now, getting more and more minutes, 32, 32, 24, and 32 in the last 4 games. So I like the projection of minutes. I like the fact that he's scoring. In the previous game against Detroit, 21 points, 4 assists, 10 rebounds, and 1 block in that game. against Houston, 30 fantasy points. And that 5,000 salary, there's still upside here. If he's going to take these many shot attempts, he has the size and the capabilities of passing because what he did overseas, he was more of like a Luka Doncic type. So Denny Adrija is definitely someone we can focus in on Sunday at 5,000 salary. So he's has the capabilities to do a triple double. Okay. Next, at the power forward spot. This one is a little bit risky, but I think the price is too low. Okay, Draymond Green at 5,800. He's pretty much been 7,000 majority of the season. When he came back around 6,000, but as you can see, he's been around 7,000 for majority of his games. We're focusing on the rebounds, assists, steals, all the scrappy work for Draymond. He's not going to score much points, all right? If he gives us 10, fine. But I'm looking for him to give me more rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals to be a beacon of defense and a leader on the court for this team. But I just think that his price is still too low, 5,800. I'm willing to take a shot on that. I hope you are too. So let's move over to the center position. Next guy we got will be Jonas Valanciunas for the New Orleans Pelicans at 8,100. Going up against the LA Lakers, you know that they're missing their best big man, and this is perfect game for him to take advantage of. Plus, Jonas Valanciunas, their nice two-man game between McCollum and him. They're really putting things together. He has averaged a double-double in almost every game, the last 10 games. Let's see. If we keep going down, he hasn't got double-double since that Charlotte game, which is a big, big surprise in that one because they struggle rebounding. But Valanciunas is putting double-doubles together. He's chipping in assists. As you can see, 6 in that previous game against the Spurs, chipping in with blocks as well and steals. So he's doing a little bit of everything in a perfect matchup where there's going to be no defense in this Lakers game here. Mismatches everywhere. Dwight Howard, you're old and you need to retire, but Valanciunas is going to exploit him down low. So I love him at that price. Let's move over to Fanduel. Let me give you my value plays of the day and the lock. All right, next will be the point guard Jose Alvarado at 5,600 on Fanduel. If you're looking for Alvarado on DraftKings, he is 4,400. So this is an absolute lock on DraftKings. Minutes equal money. Obviously, this team is fighting for a spot. And let's see. Let's just double check the standings right here. Technically, the Pelicans are 10, so they're fighting to keep their spot against the Spurs. So that was a big loss that they had the previous day, which was yesterday. They lost to the Spurs, and now they're a game apart. So it's a must-win game for the Pelicans. Jose Alvarado has been getting a ton of minutes as of late, as you can see, and he's been scoring 23, 5, 5, and 1 and 1 steal against the Spurs. Against the Chicago Bulls, 15, 3 steals, 7 assists, and 1 rebound. And the minutes are there too, 22, 24, 23. He's pretty much the sixth man, but providing a nice spark and boost to help McCollum, to help Jonas Valanciunas, because Herbert Jones really doesn't do nothing. Devontae Graham is very up and down. Jose Alvarado is that next scorer on this team, so I love him as a value play for Sunday. Let's continue to go down. The next value play I do have is Andre Drummond. So you should already know. You've seen it on the board. Andre Drummond is 5,500 on FanDuel. If we're looking at him on DraftKings, I believe he's just $100 more at 5,600. Going up against Charlotte Hornets, who struggle rebounding the basketball. And there's a clear cut history. Now, you're looking at Andre Drummond. Yes, the minutes aren't in the 30s, but he is very productive in the time that he is on the court. In his previous matchup against Miami, 13-11, nice double-double that he had in the last game. But as you can see, the splits. This is why I love this matchup against Charlotte. In the last game against Charlotte, it's right here. In 24 minutes, Andre Drummond had 47.5 fantasy points, 20 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks with 1 steal. So this is the matchup I've been waiting for yet again because we already took advantage of it once. Let's get it again for a second time. Obviously, the Nets are trying to move up in the standings, so they're going to be motivated for this game. And the rebounding rate for Charlotte is very, very poor. So this is another great value play for Sunday. Now let's move over to our lock of the night, the thumbnail. The thumbnail will be Jason Tatum going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, the young, fiery Timberwolves. This game is going to be very, very interesting. A lot of young scores on that side of the ball with the Timberwolves. Boston has a very good defense, but this should be a back and forth type of game, very close contested, maybe can go into overtime. And the numbers that Tatum has been putting up, I don't know why he is not in the MVP talks for this year. Shout out to Eric for that one because he was correct on that. Jason Tatum has been putting up numbers, okay? As you can see, 60 fantasy points against OKC, 50 against Denver, 46 against Sacramento, and 50 against Golden State. He had a poor performance against Utah because that was more of a blowout. He didn't really need to do much. He still scored 26, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds with 1 block. But the more minutes he is going to be on that court, the more production you'll see from him. And at this price at below 10,000 for someone that's going to give you 50 to 60 fantasy points, I have to have him as the lock of the night for Sunday. All right. So those are going to be our plays for Sunday. Let me know in that comment section down below if you have any other suggestions at point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, value play, or lock of the night. All right. And we definitely can discuss that in that comment section down below. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessageSD because I don't want you to miss out on these picks that I'll be posting. All right. There's going to be picks for Sunday. So wait and see for that. They're coming out soon, all right? And thank you guys, and peace out, all right? I'll see you tomorrow.